Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to learn about oscillations, NCERT section 13.7 and example 13.4. This is our disclaimer. Learning objective. After this lecture you will be able to understand the expression of kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy in simple harmonic motion. So this is our index. In today's lecture, we will cover first 13.7 energy in simple harmonic motion. After that, we will solve an example 13.7. 13.7 energy in simple harmonic motion. We are going to discuss energy in simple harmonic motion or SHM. The total mechanical energy E of a body is the sum of its kinetic energy K and its potential energy U. So E equal to U plus K. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion and potential energy is stored energy due to position. Alright, and both are measured in joules. To find the total energy in simple harmonic motion, we need to calculate both the kinetic energy and the potential energy at any point in the time. This means we will look at how fast the object is moving and how far is it from its equilibrium position. So let's start with kinetic energy in simple harmonic motion. The velocity of a body moving in SHM is given by the equation 13.9. This equation tells us how the speed changes as the object moves back and forth. So we have V of t is equal to minus omega a sine omega t plus phi. Here V of t is the velocity at time t. Omega is the angular frequency in radians per second and a is the amplitude in meters. T is time in seconds and phi is the phase constant in radians. The negative sign here, negative sign and the sign function which shows the direction and the periodic nature of the motion. The velocity is 0 at the extreme positions of the displacement. That means when the object is at its furthest point from the center, it stops for a moment before reversing direction. This is just like how a swing pauses at its highest point before coming back down. Kinetic energy, which we call K, is given by the formula K equal to 1 by 2 mv square. Here m is the mass in kilograms, v is the velocity in meter per second. This formula tells us how much energy the object has due to its motion at any instant. Now let's substitute the value, the velocity from the equation v of t is equal to minus omega a sine omega t plus phi. Alright, kinetic energy K will be K is equal to 1 by 2 m omega square a square sine square omega t plus phi. This shows that kinetic energy in SHM varies with time, reaching its maximum when the object passes through the equilibrium position and dropping to 0 at the extremes. Kinetic energy in simple harmonic motion or SHM, the formula is K equal to 1 by 2 m omega square a square sine square omega t plus phi. Here K is the kinetic energy in joules. Alright. Phi is the phase constant. This is very important and measured in radians. The kinetic energy depends on both the mass and the square of the amplitude. So using equation 13.14a, we know that the force constant K is equal to m times omega squared, or we can say K equal to m omega square. This relationship helps us rewrite the kinetic energy formula in terms of spring constant K, which is measured in newtons per meter. K tells us how stiff the spring or system is. So substituting K is equal to 1 by 2 K a square sine square omega t plus phi. Listen carefully. Capital K is the kinetic energy, whereas small k is the constant. This equation 13.5 is very important. Now the kinetic energy is expressed using the spring constant K instead of mass and angular frequency. This means that capital K is also a periodic function of time. That means it repeats in a regular pattern as the object oscillates back and forth. The value of K changes smoothly as the particle moves through its cycle, just like the motion itself. So the kinetic energy is zero when the displacement is maximum. That means when the object is at the furthest point, from the center, it's momentarily at rest. So all the energy is potential and kinetic energy drops to zero. On the other hand, kinetic energy is maximum when the particle is at the mean position or the center of its path. The object is moving fastest, so all the energy is kinetic and none is stored as potential energy. If we want to look at how often the kinetic energy repeats, we can use the identity sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Then we can say this tells us that the period of kinetic energy is pi divided by omega, or half of the period of the motion, t by 2. So the kinetic energy completes 2 full cycles for every one oscillation of the particle. Now we will focus on potential energy in simple harmonic motion or SHM. So let's start by recalling the force equation, or for SHM equation 13.3, F is equal to minus kx in SHM. Here F is the restoring force, small k is the force constant or spring constant measured in newtons per meter, and x is the displacement from the equilibrium position in meters. And the negative sign shows that the force always acts to bring the object back toward equilibrium. This force is often called the spring force because it's the same force we see when a spring is stressed or compressed. Think about stretching a spring. The more you pull it, the harder it pulls back. The spring force is a conservative force, which means the work it does can be stored as potential energy. We call this stored energy or potential energy, stored potential energy, and we use the symbol capital U for it. This means we can track how energy moves between kinetic and potential forms as the object oscillates. The potential energy stored in a spring is given by the formula U is equal to 1 by 2 kx square. Here capital U is in joules, small k is the spring constant in newtons per meter, and x is the displacement in meters. The energy increases with the square of the displacement. So doubling x makes the energy 4 times bigger. So now let's connect this to the motion of the oscillator. If the position of the object at time t is given by x of t is equal to a cos omega t plus phi, where capital A is the amplitude in meters, omega is the angular frequency in radians per second, and phi is the phase constant. So we can substitute this into our potential energy formula to see how capital U, or we can say potential energy, changes over time. So U of x is equal to 1 by 2 kx square. This means at any instant the potential energy depends on the current position x. If x is 0, capital U, or we can say potential energy is 0. If x is at its maximum value, capital U is at its maximum too. Alright. So substituting the full expression for x of t, we get U of t is equal to 1 by 2 ka square cos square omega t plus phi. This shows us the potential energy varies with time as the object oscillates. The energy oscillates between 0 and its maximum value as the object moves back and forth. Let's look at the potential energy in simple harmonic motion or SHM. This formula shown here is U of t is equal to 1 by 2 ka square cos square omega t plus phi. Alright. So the potential energy depends on the square of the cosine function, which means it changes as the object moves back and forth. The potential energy of a particle in SHM is also periodic, just like its position and velocity. This means it repeats its value in a regular pattern as the particle oscillates. If we check how often the potential energy repeats, we will find that its period is pi divided by omega, or half the period of motion, that is t by 2. This happens because the cosine squared function completes a full cycle in half the time it takes the position to repeat. So the potential energy reaches its maximum and minimum values twice during each full oscillation. So general formula for potential energy in a spring system is U is equal to 1 by 2 kx square. This tells us that the potential energy depends on how far the object is from the center or equilibrium point. The further it is from the mean, the greater the potential energy stored in the spring. At the mean position, where x equals 0, the potential energy is 0. This is because the spring is neither stretched nor compressed at this point. Focus on that this is the position where all the energy is kinetic and none is stored as the potential energy. Alright. So at the extreme displacements where x equal to plus minus a, the potential energy is at its maximum. This is because the spring is either fully stretched or fully compressed, storing the most energy. So as the particle moves from the center to the extremes, potential energy increases, and as it returns it decreases again. total energy in simple harmonic motion or SHM. Now we will see how energy is shared between kinetic and potential forms during this motion. So let's look at the equations. We have already discussed equation 13.15 and 13.17. So this one, k is equal to 1 by 2 ka square sin square omega t plus 5, 13.15 equation, and u is equal to 1 by 2 ka square cos square omega t plus 5. This is 13.17. Alright. So total energy E of the system will be E is equal to capital U plus capital K. This means at any point in the motion, if you add up the kinetic and potential energy, you get the total energy of the system. This is a direct application of the law of conservation of energy. So substituting the expressions for U and K, we get E equal to 1 by 2 Ka square cos square omega t plus phi plus 1 by 2 Ka square sin square omega t plus phi. This shows us that both kinetic and potential energies are always positive, and their sum gives the total energy at any moment. Now let's factor out 1 half k a squared from both terms. We get E equals to 1 by 2 k a square cos square omega t plus phi plus sin square omega t plus phi. Alright, because this is common term. The total energy in simple harmonic motion or SHM, the formula shown here is E equal to 1 by 2 Ka square cos square omega t plus phi plus sin square omega t plus phi. Alright. This formula combines both kinetic energy and potential energy at any instant during the oscillation. Now, let's simplify this expression using the basic trigonometry identity. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, always 1. So E equal to 1 by 2 Ka square. Therefore, the total mechanical energy of a harmonic oscillator does not change with time. This is exactly what we expect for any system where only conservative forces like the restoring force of a spring are acting. The energy just shift between kinetic and potential forms, but the total stays constant. Kinetic and potential energy plot in SHM. Here you can see a graph showing how kinetic energy and potential energy change over time and displacement for a simple harmonic oscillator. Both energies go up and down in a repeating pattern. Alright. The graph shows that as the object moves, energy shifts between kinetic and potential forms, but the total energy stays the same. The curves for the kinetic and potential energy are always out of phase. When one is at a maximum, the other is at a minimum. Alright. So here in A, uh, kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy as a function of time. So A is the displacement, alright, and of particle in SHM. And here the kinetic energy and potential energy both repeats after a time period t by 2. The total energy remains constant at all times and for all positions. So let's focus on the period of these energy changes. Alright. So both kinetic energy which is the energy of motion and potential energy which is stored energy due to position repeats their values every half period or t divided by 2. That means if the full cycle takes 2 seconds, these energies repeat every 1 second. This is because the object passes through the same position with the same speeds twice in each full oscillation, once going one way and once coming back. So the total energy stays constant no matter where the object is or what time it is. This is a key idea in physics called conservation of energy. Alright, so look at figure 13.16b. This one is the uh, potential energy, and this one is the kinetic energy. Alright, so maximum here, maximum kinetic energy, minimum potential energy. Alright, and vice versa. So in SHM, energy just shifts between kinetic and potential forms, but the total amount never changes. This only holds true if there's no friction or energy loss. Energy distribution analysis. Now take a look at figure 13.16. This diagram shows how kinetic energy and potential energy vary during SHM. Total energy remains constant, but the forms of energy change as the object moves. So both uh, kinetic energy and potential energy is always positive throughout the motion, as shown in the figure. Focus on that even when the object is momentarily at rest or at its maximum speed, the energies are still positive values. Alright, so this one E is equal to Q of t plus U of t. Total energy, this one, and this is the total energy, K of x plus U of x. So both kinetic energy and potential energy peak twice during each period of SHM. Now look at how energy changes at different positions during oscillations. The diagram here shows a mass on a spring move back and forth. We will focus on how the energy shifts between kinetic energy, which is energy of motion, and the potential energy, which is stored in the spring. So at the first, at the equilibrium position, which is when x equal to 0, all energy is kinetic. That means the object is moving fastest here. The formula for kinetic energy is K is equal to 1 by 2 Ka square U equal to 0. Next, at the extreme positions where x equal plus or minus A, all the energy is potential. Here the object stops momentarily before reversing direction. So the kinetic energy is 0. The potential energy is U is equal to 1 by 2 Ka square. At any position between the equilibrium and the extremes, energy is shared between kinetic and potential forms. The object is moving but not at its fastest, and the spring is partially stretched or compressed. This balance means the total energy stays constant, but the amounts of kinetic and potential energy change as the object moves. This constant total energy is a key feature of simple harmonic motion. Energy and amplitude relationship. So formula for the total energy of a simple harmonic oscillator, according to equation 13.18, we have E is equal to 1 by 2 Ka square. So we can also rearrange this equation to solve for amplitude in terms of total energy. So A is equal to under root 2E divided by K. This means that if we increase the total energy E, the amplitude A increases as well, but only as the square root of E. For example, if we double the energy, the amplitude increases by a factor of about 1.4, not double. This relationship shows us that the amplitude of the oscillation is directly determined by the total energy in the system. If we add more energy, the system oscillates with a larger amplitude. For instance, if you pull a spring further and let go, you are giving it more energy, so it swings out farther. Higher energy leads to larger amplitude oscillations. This is a fundamental idea in oscillatory motion and helps explain why a system with more energy moves more dramatically. Example 13.7. A block whose mass is 1 kg is fastened to a spring. The spring has a spring constant of 50 Newton per meter. The block is pulled to a distance x is equal to 10 centimeter from its equilibrium position at x is equal to 0 on a frictionless surface from rest at t equal to 0. Calculate the kinetic potential and total energies of the block when it is 5 centimeter away from the mean position. Let's see the solution. First, let's list out the information given in the problem. The mass of the block is 1 kilogram. Spring constant k is equal to 50 Newton per meter. Initial displacement 10 centimeter, or in meter it will be 0.1 meter. Position for calculation x is equal to 5 centimeter. In meter it will be 0.05 meter. Since the block is released from rest at x is equal to 0.1 meter at t equal to 0, and amplitude in SHM is given by the location at which velocity of the body is 0. So the point where the block is released is actually the amplitude of the motion. Therefore, the amplitude A for this motion is 0.1 meters. In case of spring force, F is equal to kx, motion of the body is simple harmonic motion. Alright, this restoring force is what causes the block to move back and forth in simple harmonic motion. Alright, now motion here is governed by a conservative force, which means that the total mechanical energy of the system will remain constant. This is a key idea in oscillations. As long as there is no friction or energy loss, the sum of kinetic and potential energy stays the same. So to find the kinetic and potential energy at any point, we can use the principle of conservation of energy. This means that the total energy at the starting point will be equal to the total energy at any other position during the motion. The potential energy U is given by U is equal to 1 kx square by 2. Potential energy at x is equal to 0.1 meter will be U1 is equal to kx1 square divided by 2. So just substitute the values and you will be get the U1. Alright. Now U1 is equal to 50 into 0.1 square divided by 2. So solving this, you will be get 0.25 joule. This is the energy stored in the spring when the block is pulled to its maximum displacement. Now applying conservation of energy at x is equal to 0.1 meter, at this location block is at rest. So E equal to K1 plus U1. So E equal to 0 plus 0.25. So adding this, you will be get 0.25 joule. Hence throughout the motion of the block, energy will be 0.25 joule. Alright. So the potential energy at x2 equal to 0.05 meter will be U2 is equal to kx2 square divided by 2. So U2 equal to 50 into 0.05 whole square divided by 2. So after calculating, U2 is equal to 0.0625 joule. Hence potential energy U2 at location x is equal to 0.05 meter is 0.0625 joule. Applying conservation of energy at x2 equal to 0.05 meter. So E is equal to K2 plus U2. Alright. Now E is equal to K2 plus U2. So total energy is 0.25 joules and the potential energy at x is equal to 0.05 meters, u2 is 0.0625 joules. So when we solving this, you will be get k2 is equal to 0.1875 joule. Hence kinetic energy at x is equal to 0.05 meter is 0.1875 joule. This is shows that as the block moves closer to mean position, its speed increases, and so does its kinetic energy, while potential energy decreases. So at x2 equal to 0.05 meter, kinetic energy is equal to 0.187 joule. Potential energy 0.0625 joule. This is much less than the kinetic energy here, which makes sense because the spring is less stretched or compressed at this point. Total energy is equal to 0.25 joule. So let's see one more example. A block of mass m attached to a spring is executing simple harmonic motion with spring constant k equal to 50 Newton per meter, having amplitude a equal to 8 meter. Calculate the total energy E. Let's see the solution. First, let's list out what we know. The spring constant k equal to 50 Newton per meter. Amplitude a equal to 8 meter. Total energy E in SHM is given by the relation E equal to 1 by 2 Ka square. Putting the value of spring constant K equal to 50 Newton per meter and amplitude A equal to 8 meter in above equation. So just substitute the value and you will be get the E. Alright. Now after performing calculation, you will be get E equal to 25 into 64. So it will be 1600 joule. Hence total energy of given mass executing SHM is 1600 joule. A particle of mass m equal to 10 kg is executing simple harmonic motion about x is equal to 0 as mean position with angular frequency omega equal to 100 radian per second and amplitude a equal to 50 meter. Calculate maximum kinetic energy possible. Let's see the solution. A given mass of the particle m equal to 10 kg, angular frequency omega equal to 100 radian per second, amplitude a equal to 50 meters. Total energy in SHM is given by E equal to k plus u. This total energy stays constant as the particle moves, but the amounts of kinetic and potential energy change as it oscillates. At the point where the kinetic energy is at its maximum, the potential energy is 0. This happens when the particle passes through the mean position. X is equal to 0. At that instant, all the energy is kinetic and none is stored as potential energy. So, at this position, the total energy E is equal to kinetic energy K. Since the potential energy is 0, in other words, E equal to K plus 0 equal to E equal to K. So, total energy in SHM is given by relation E equal to 1 by 2 Ka square. Alright. Now, E equal to 1 by 2 Ka square. So, using equation 13.14a, we have K equal to m omega square. Therefore, E is equal to 1 by 2 m omega square A. Putting the value of mass m equal to 10 kg, angular frequency omega equal to 100 radian per second and amplitude A equal to 50 meter. Alright. So, substitute the value, you will be get E equal to 1 by 2 10 into 100 square into 50 square. Now, E equal to this one. So, E equal to 5 into 25 into 10 raised to the power 6. So solving this calculation, you will be get 125 into 10 raised to the power 6 joule. Hence, maximum kinetic energy possible of the given mass executing SHM is 125 into 10 raised to the power 6 joule. Now, we will summarize our today's lecture in some points. In case of SHM, kinetic energy K is given by K equal to 1 by 2 K A square sin square omega t plus phi. And potential energy U is given by U of t is equal to 1 by 2 K A square cos square omega t plus phi. Kinetic energy and potential energy are functions of time as well as periodic also. They both complete a full cycle in half period or t by 2. However, the total energy, which is the sum of kinetic and potential energy, stays constant throughout the motion. Total energy is given by E is equal to 1 by 2 K A square, where K is equal to m omega square, also called as spring constant. Kinetic energy K and potential energy U varies with time, but total energy is E is constant. Now practice questions. First, a particle of mass m equal to 10 kg is executing simple harmonic motion with angular frequency omega equal to 100 radian per second and amplitude a equal to 1 meter. Calculate maximum kinetic energy possible. So in this question, you have to find out the maximum kinetic energy. A particle of mass m is equal to 2 kg is executing simple harmonic motion and frequency omega equal to 200 radian per second and amplitude 2 meter. Calculate maximum potential energy possible. So in this question, you have to find out the maximum potential energy. A block attached to a spring is executing simple harmonic motion with spring constant K is equal to 10 Newton per meter, having amplitude A equal to 10 meter. Calculate the total energy E. So here you have to find out the total energy E. Alright. Thank you for your attention. I hope this lesson was helpful.